Hey there guys, Self-Tilted here with another video. Today I'm bringing you a video based on playing AP Shaco Support. The role in of itself isn't super difficult to play. It's very, very easy to play it well. It's also very easy to be extremely toxic early to the other team. Alright guys, I appreciate you. Let's get into it. Alright, so before we get into gameplay for playing AP Support Shaco, I'm going to go over quickly just the runes. Obviously, they're going to be different than if you're playing Shaco in the jungle. So Support Shaco, you're going to start with Sorcery and Inspiration. I'm not going to talk through the whole thing, just screenshot it. This is what makes the most sense. I've tested it, works very, very well. Try it yourself and let me know what you think. Alright guys, so obviously as you're playing Shaco in a different light, we'll say, your items are gonna change drastically. You're obviously going to start with Spell Thief's Edge, and I always get 2 additional pots instead of the ward. I think it makes the most sense in any gameplay. I haven't seen anybody else play it any differently. But that's for sure the best way to start. The basis of AP is to make your abilities are what are going to do your damage. The best AP item in the game, in my opinion, in a lot of people's opinion, is Liandry's, and it's for sure the best item for AP Shaco, no matter what matchup. So if you're playing AP Shaco, you get Liandry's. Your 3rd, 4th, 5th items can change. But no matter what, you get Liandry's. Okay, so the beginning of the game is pretty standard. The safest ability to get first is your box, so your W. It allows you to aggressively help leash for your jungler, and then it's also more balanced as you come into lane play. Depending on who you're against and who your ADC is, you can risk getting E first to be able to farm a little bit better. You know, every time you E the opposing team, you get 20 gold towards your Spell Thief's Edge. So ideally, you want to start that as early as possible to get further ahead than the other team, than your opposing team's support. I still think, you know, if you're just learning the role, it's for sure better to get boxes and try to bait them into the bush. By level 2, you're gonna have your W and your E first. Anyways, you get your Q at level 3. So the main goal of AP Shaco, especially coming into early game, is to bait. You're always gonna try to bait into your boxes. So when you're coming into bottom, ideally, you got to watch how the opposing team is playing, and that'll depend where you're focusing the majority of the boxes you place. But your first, 1 to 2 to 3, depending on how they're doing, boxes should go into the 3 bushes in the bottom lane. And then you should be able to just camp those bushes. And it will force the opposite team to be on the other far side of the lane, which makes it more difficult for the opposing ADC to farm, and easier for your ADC to farm. And that's how it should be played. As we're talking here just about bottom, we're shifting the clip into a team fight. Now, how AP Shaco should be played in any given team fight is every single time your E and your W proc and are ready to be cast, you should be casting them, because that's how you do your damage. That's how that's where your CC comes from. So you're slow with your E and your fear with your W. That's how you're going to be helping your team. And then with your Liandry's, and typically I'll go Demonics, you'll have a lot of burn damage. So you'll do a lot of damage against tanks. That's ideally how Shaco's to be played. Now, as you can see in that particular clip, I was running pretty low on HP, and I typically will stay in lane or stay in fights longer than I probably should, because as a low AP Shaco, you're quite squishy. But if you can bait into your bushes, into fears, into your duplicate, into your R, that's how you can initiate your team to get those kills, and you can peel those assists. Okay, so the nice thing about having playing Shaco Support is the roam capability of the character. You can more easily roam the map. Warding is easier. Clearing wards is easier because your Q has a blink, and you're invisible for a time, which obviously the duration goes up as you increase the level of the ability. But it allows you to place boxes and wards throughout the map as you're pushing maybe more than one lane. You can help mid lane and top lane because you have the movement speed, you have your blink, you can leave a duplicate top lane attacking a tower and go to mid lane to help. Especially late game. It's very, very strong, especially when you have boxes in between the lanes, allowing your team to use them to their advantage. So basically, once you're level 9, once lane phase is over after 13, 14, 15 minutes, you want to be roaming. Ideally, you still need to protect your ADC, but your game sense kind of kicks in, and you can feel relatively safe as you're roaming the map and gaining map vision. Or you could be stacking boxes at Dragon. It doesn't really matter. You can set up for Dragon. You can set up for Baron. You're supporting your team, but you're honestly a massive support for the jungler as well with your boxes, because if you have enough around Dragon, your jungler, especially late game, can solo that and not be worried that it's going to be stolen at all. So right here is a perfect example of baiting in and out. I'm at half HP. I'm trying to leave. I have a box already placed, as you see, and it got fear off. I've done additional burn damage to the 3 other players on the opposing team, and they got a base now. So I've saved Ezreal, our ADC. Now we have the ability to push this tower, basically for free, not a problem. Like, I have my duplicate. They don't want to come near. Mid's pushed as well, so it's a free inhib. So this is a prime example of early Shaco support. It's super scrappy. It feels like the opposite team thinks that, and maybe it's just in the lower elos, I'm not 100% sure, but they must think that AP Shaco support is just soft and squishy, and they try to poke a lot, so it becomes very, very scrappy. By level 2, it's been very rare that I haven't had either an assist or a kill by level 2. With your E and your W, and then you always go with exhaust and ignite, there's no reason why you shouldn't have at least one kill for bottom. Maybe not yourself, but your ADC should have the kill. You should have the assist. That's fine. A lot of the times, because of your E, you will probably get the kill by level 2 because you do so much additional damage with your E when they're below a certain amount of health, and you have ignite and you have exhaust. Either way, a kill that early puts your lane ahead, and it makes the lane phase a lot easier for you and your ADC. So as you can see here, all I was doing, I was waiting for them to make a mistake. They made a mistake. Caitlyn pokes in again. Survive that. They wanted us to base 2. It just didn't work out for them. This is just a quick clip of roaming as AP Shaco support. My teammate didn't play it right. He needed to wait an additional second, and he would have survived. We both would have got that kill. I would probably had an assist. He would have killed. But I'm just making a point that you need to have the map vision. You need to have the presence. You can be everywhere. AP Shaco, you can easily take reds, blues. It doesn't matter. And it helps your boxes all game. Alright guys, I appreciate you watching the video. If you made it this far, don't forget to
subscribe to the channel.
Thanks guys.